Hello!
Hi everybody, it's Leanne Scott
And Dale here.
from Move Therapies in Osoyoos, British Columbia, Canada.
Today we are going to talk a little bit more about sciatic.
Okay.
I had some, I did a video just talking a bit about sciatic, and I had this issue probably since my late 20s or early 20s or mid 20s. And then when we met and
he was much older.
I was like 33 or something, 34.
Still having that
Still
issue.
having it. And then Leanne started taking the training. At that point,
the training for
the
therapy that we practice here at Move Therapies, it's called the Anat Banyal method, or ABM.
Yes. So Leanne took the training before I took the training. So she did it first, and then I did it a number of years later.
Yeah.
So at that time, I was like, so I think that was around 2014 or something. Basically, I was doing a lot of things to try and deal with my sciatic. Up until that point, all the things I had been told to deal with it were all the things you find on the internet. Sort of like you want to stretch it, or you want to do some kind of yoga regularly, or go to the gym a bit more.
Make it work.
It work. I was doing some ibuprofen. I was also going to Chiro and Massage, or I went to massage and then to Chiro to try and deal with that, because basically my job at that time as an IT guy, and it had been for the previous, for the last 20 years, sitting at the chair, I always noticed that there would be, sort of my lower back would get sore on the right side. It would radiate down the right side of my leg, going down to my foot, and sometimes my foot would get tingly. And so then at the place where I worked at, there was a gym in our building. And so I would go down to the gym and I would do some stretching, or I would...
And you do that multiple times throughout the day,
multiple
every day.
times throughout the day.
And when I say he did it, he did it. I never would have done it. He did it.
Well, it was always in the back of my head. You know, every time you sat down, and then we had a special needs son, so I figured I got to make sure I stay healthy. You know, because if I'm not healthy and I can't help take care of him, or if I'm not feeling better and I wanted to keep doing my job and that wasn't going to let me, then it was becoming a high priority item for me.
And you're just not a procrastinating type person. If Dale says he's going to try something, he tries it full on, and he does it. He commits to it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Again, it's a rare thing, I think. A lot of people say they're going to do things and they don't. Dale doesn't.
So yeah, and I was trying lots of different things. Already I was sort of transitioning from heavier weights at the gym to more of like lighter weights. So like in my 20s I would destroy my legs or something, and then you know, getting towards that time I was sort of doing more just body weight exercises. So I was already changing things quite a bit. But then something magical happened.
Then I started taking the training.
Leanne started taking the training, and I was hearing sort of these things in the background as to
what I was learning,
what she was learning and stuff, and it was new to me at that time, like this idea that we're doing a brain plasticity thing that was intriguing to me, and I was like, I wonder what that's about. Number one, it's helping our son. Number two, and it was helping Leanne. So I was getting very interested because she's got a way serious leg injury as compared to what I had, and it was starting to help her. So I became very interested in discovering sort of what that was about. So probably three things that I can think of at that time that changed for me, and why they sort of changed. No, so the first one was I was going to Chiro at that time. And he had said to me, hey, I showed him sort of the things that I was doing, the stretches I was doing.
The rolling on the rollers. You were doing, still, it was less than it was when he was in his 20s, but it was still high intensity things that you were doing on this sore, inflamed area. And he even said to you...
Yeah, he was like, dude, you might not want to do so much.
Yeah.
So it already started the ball rolling for me in that sense of what can I do to... maybe I should reduce what I was doing, and I was reducing the weights, but then I started reading. So I bring in this book. So this is Move Into Life. This is our teacher here, her name is Anat Banyel. She's on the back of it. This is her book, and I was starting to read this, and it gave me some other ideas. The one main one for me, which is the no pain, no gain myth of working out or exercising.
Especially with it's always, in our opinion, but especially with injuries, significant injuries or swelling or inflammation, no pain, no gain is in our opinion not the way to go.
Yeah.
It's listen to the pain. The pain is your brain is giving you pain because something isn't right.
So that was a big shift in terms of like what I was doing, and so number one, starting to reduce what I was doing. Number two was reading this book and getting interested in neuroplasticity or brain plasticity, and sort of how that can improve me, and using movement. That was the big thing. I was like, we can use movement to help improve our brain. I was very kind of interested in that kind of mindset because I was realizing I was getting older. I was kind of like,
and you had a special needs child, and our special needs child can't walk, so he needs to be lifted in and out of bed from the floor into his wheelchair. So you things weren't going to just be like, oh well, I'm just going to get lazy as I get older anyway, so no biggie. Our mobility has to stay quite high.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so my goals shifted.
Yeah.
Because my goals so that would be the third thing sort of that shifted was, so reducing it, reading the book, and then my goal of why was I going to the gym or why was I exercising shifted.
Huge.
And because I didn't really, I thought about, why I was going to the gym. It's like I had friends going to the gym, so I'd go there, it was with them. But then it shifted from like, well, really, what's my main goal now? And it shifted from like, less being sort of like how I looked necessarily to more about how I felt and how I could use that the sciatic pain was getting too much, that I was going to have to end my career, and then how was I going to take care of my family and stuff like that. So that was the big thing. It was the shift from the maybe not vanity but sort of like how I looked kind of idea to how do I feel and how can I improve my sciatic pain so that
so you can continue
so life. I can keep doing,
and God forbid get better,
and God forbid. And then the juicy thing of all this was this idea of brain plasticity, that using movement to help improve my brain. Like what was that about? So at that time, those were three big things that sort of came together. So my pain was actually got high enough. It made me reevaluate the things that I was doing. So then I started going back to yoga because I was doing lots of yoga at the time. I was being a lazy yoga person. I was just like, they're asking you to do something pretty intensely. And then I was like, well, maybe I'm not going to do it as intense. And then I sort of slowed down a little bit on my, I was swimming quite intensely. I started just changing it. It's not that I stopped doing anything. I just changed how I was doing it.
The thought behind it.
Yeah, the thought
not
behind
just
it.
Go, but I'm swimming.
Yes.
Let's enjoy the swimming.
Let's enjoy the swim. And
why am I swimming?
How am I using myself when I'm swimming? I didn't know anything about what I know now at that time. But definitely reading the book, thinking about,
about your why.
About my why. Yeah. Why am I going to the gym? What is my real goal? That shifted from it sort of how I looked to more about how I felt and how can it help improve my career, or how could it prolong my career? Because that was starting to become a question for me, is how long can I keep doing this sitting job before I couldn't do it anymore?
And I think also in terms of your sciatic, what am I doing? Is it working?
Yes.
I've been doing, you did the swimming that, like I said earlier, he did the stuff that he was told to do, and he was authentically doing it and committed to it for a long period of time. And at some point it was kind of like, are you down on the floor doing that stretch again? Like, dude, you've been doing this for a year. Like, yes. And don't get me wrong, maybe that's okay, but at some point you kind of go, is this working? What do they say? The definition of insanity is keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. So I think at that stage you were kind of like,
I was.
I wonder.
You know, I mean, like I don't know what was going on, but when you're doing something as a routine, you just keep doing the routine, and you sort of are
you lose the
hoping
curiosity
that it's going to lead you to the thing, or maybe I'm just not doing that thing correctly, you know, and that maybe if I keep doing it, I'll get better at that thing, and then that'll help my sciatic. So definitely reducing the force was the first kind of big thing. Really looking at the exercises that I was doing, if I could just reduce
really looking at them.
Reading this book, you know, we're going to bring the book up here. I'll put the link below. If you're interested at all in what we're doing, we're going to put the website link below. Take a read for this book. It's $20
on Amazon.
Probably one of the better books or best books that I've ever read, because it really changed and helped my sciatic.
It changed
a lot of other things other than the sciatic, don't get me wrong, but definitely.
But it was the thing that changed the sciatic when other things had not.
Yeah, it made me question the things that I was doing and the things that I believed were going to help me get to where I am now, which is not having any sciatic pain anymore. So
don't see him down on the floor in the bedroom on the floor doing his stretches.
It's actually been a time savings, because I think of how much time I spent doing those other things and how much time I spend doing the things I do now. It's literally like maybe 10 minutes a day of doing what I do now, and it's actually quite enjoyable, the stuff we do now.
And it's fun and it doesn't hurt.
And it gave me way better results.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, those would be three things at that time that I knew of. Read the book, you know, think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Figure out what your real goal is. When you're exercising,
that's huge. Yeah.
Figure out what that goal is, and like if it's, you know,
if it is to get rid of pain, maybe that's different exercises than if it's to bulk up or to get an 8-pack or whatever. You know, no shame. Whatever is your goal is your goal. But notice, is what I'm being told to do
in line with my goal? Also look at who's telling you those goals too.
Yep.
You know, if they have their issues, and you know, it puts into question a little bit as to the legitimacy of their thing, you know.
And, you know, and like I said, it seems to be sort of, I don't know, it seems to be a general answer, strength and stretch, whatever, blah, 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 for everything.
Yes.
Be it a neurological issue, be it a post-surgery, be it a sciatic, be it I stubbed my toe. It's like strength and stretch. You know, just get curious.
Awesome. That's it.
That's it. Leanne Scott.
Have a great one.
Dale Fuhr.
Bye.
Move Therapies. Bye-bye, guys.